Copper talks.
Oh, yeah, here's one, guys. This is a trainer in a bottle. We all have those horses that just, particularly in the back feet, they're just constantly jerking you around. The owner thinks he's just a little high-spirited and that he's not yanking his foot away or kicking at you, so obviously he's just a kind of a feisty little horse. But it's pretty rough on you to shoe those things. In those cases, if you try to get the client to tell the horse, train the horse to stand quietly, they're going to resent that. I always find very deep-seated thrush in those horses, and I give a little bottle of Copper Tox and tell the lady that she needs to hold that back foot up for a good 60 seconds or so every morning and let it soak in deep. It's a trainer in a bottle. When you come back 8 weeks later and you see green spots all over the barn, and little Brownie now is standing very, very still, she'll make him stand still for the medicine. And it's a great way to get those marginal horses quiet.
All right, Mike, let's talk about keeping your tools sharp.
Yeah, I think there's 3 major tools that we dull really fast on us and we struggle with, and that's our nipper, our knives, and our rasp. And one of the tools that I've found to keep these really nice and sharp is a buffing wheel. And we have different compounds that we can use for it. I find that a lot of guys like to use some type of master file or smooth file, and you're going to wear those tools out fairly rapid by using it on your knife and your nipper. But if you get a good buffing wheel and use your dark compound and then your white compound afterwards to buff on those tools will last you a lot longer and they'll be much sharper. And I find that also the diamond sharpening tool is really good if you're getting some edges that are really went bad on you. But make your tools last. If you take your rasp to that buffing wheel and buff it, it'll last twice as long as you normally use it.
Steve, heel broken frogs.
A lot of times when you have a horse that's infected with thrush, you'll get an infected central sulcus as well. And these horses will quit on you in the show pen. And so you want to clean these things up. Keep rolling. And so basically, you can see this horse has got a lot of thrush. Central sulcus is infected. Next. And so we floss these things out. And I use a roll of gauze and just get in there and run it through there until all the dirt's clean. And make sure you show your client the dirt that comes out of that foot. Next. And I use a gentamicin solution, just a cream to put up in there to kind of add vent, healing a little bit. Or you can use whatever cream you like. You can pick your choice. But cleaning it is the most important. And finally, you want to make sure that you bridge that frog, okay? Solidify those heels to keep that shearing motion from going on and making it worse. So make sure that you solidify the heels with a bar shoe. Thank you.
Okay, Bob, remember your legal duty to the horse.
Hey, here's an interesting one. This one I got from Jamie Cooper a few years back, and I started checking it out here at the summit, as a matter of fact. I've always been told, and people I've talked to believe, that if you have a written prescription from a veterinarian and you fulfill that obligation, even though you know it's not right for the horse, that you're fine, that you're clear because the vet's given you the instructions. It's not so. In almost every state that I've looked at online to find out, we as professional farriers have a duty and obligation to the horse. And if we do something to the horse that we know is not correct, even though we have a written veterinarian prescription, we're hanging out on a limb, guys. We are liable for that action. And so it's imperative to understand that you don't have immunity from suit for blame for doing something that should not be done, even though a veterinarian has given you a written instruction to do so.
Okay, Mike, be prompt, keep appointments.
I think this is pretty important. If you're going to be late for an appointment, text or call. We're all carrying phones or something that you can text or call. That's really important to the client, to the barn, to the trainer. And one of the things I like to do, I train with my people that work for me, is be 5 minutes early. Now, there's a reason for this. One, you get a chance to set up your rig, get everything laid out the way you want, and start on time. Two, if you come to that barn 5-10 minutes early every single time to set up, horses are going to be waiting for you. You won't be waiting for the horses. And that's really important because your time is very valuable. It's also money. Time that you waste, you're losing money. Also, taking and having on your receipt the next appointment written down where it says next appointment. You should have that on your receipt so that it tells them it's written there. Another thing that I'd like to do on appointments is that have the secretary call the day before and remind the client that we're coming out at 9 o'clock or 10. And is there any other things that I should know about the appointment that I don't already have?